Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact us. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for property to buy, you can also contact us. And if you lend your friend and your family your hard-earned cash and you cannot get it back, feel free to contact Real Talk, that collection department. It doesn't matter if it's a company owning your money, you know. Because at the end of the day, your work for it. It's yours. So as long as you have an agreement signed with them, feel free to contact us at Real Talk, that collection department at 339-1670 or 238-6716. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean and around the globe. Those of you that are on our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali page, like and share as we go live. Tell your friends, tell your family about the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, where we deal with the issues that are facing you on a daily basis. Those of you on YouTube, our YouTube channel is back up and running, so feel free to subscribe, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Now, viewers, please let your friends and your family know that Real Talk is having its drive raising fund for the Rape Crisis Center in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, this center will be the only rape crisis center in Trinidad to house rape victims. Now, on a previous show, I believe it was Thursday of last week, Thursday before the holiday, you know, I called in and said that there's another rape crisis center in Trinidad. But let me tell you about that. It's a workshop. You go in, they will counsel you, and you will go back home. That is why I said the rape crisis center I am building, with your help, we need to raise funds. We need to raise $10 million in order to finish this structure from foundation to finish. It will be the very first of its kind in Trinidad and Tobago and of the Caribbean. The very first of its kind. Is not a workshop. It's not an office where you go in and a counselor will talk to you and they will console you and they will try to bring you back. And when you finish, you're going home. No, it's not that. It's not a workshop. It's a rape crisis center. When the incident happened to you, you notify the police carry it to the medicals, they do their tests, and from there, you could go home, pack your clothes for 2 weeks or 3 weeks with your mom and dad, and they will drop you in the center. They can also visit you. It's a place where it will have doctors, it will have nurses, it will have counselors, the security will be #1. So it's not just a workshop. This will be the very first center of its kind in Trinidad and Tobago and in the Caribbean. So this is why I'm asking for your help. And with you contributing to us. Now, if you contribute $1,500 and over, I have a beautiful Kia Cerato, a K3 fully loaded. The car is valued over $150,000. Now, when you contribute $1,500 or more to Real Talk for the building of this center, your name, your address, and your telephone number goes into a box. It goes into a box. If you contribute between $1,000 and over, between $1,000 to $1,500, you can get a chance to win an all-inclusive trip to Tobago for 2 for the weekend. And if you contribute from $500 to $1,000, you could also win a beautiful gold necklace, jet bead and gold. You have the handband, you have the chains, and you have the earring. This is valued at least $45,000. So is that when you contribute to us, you could get something. You will get something, and hopefully we will be giving away some stove and fridge and TVs and things, you know. You see, this is a cause. We're raising funds for a cause. It will be the first of its kind in our country. In our country. So when the caller called and said, well, you know, it have one in somewhere in Port of Spain. It's a workshop, you go in, they counsel you, you go back home. It have a place where you could also pay for sessions and things like that. We're not doing that. We are housing you for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This is where we are keeping you. You will be safe. So that is why I said it's the first like that in Trinidad and in the Caribbean. But what I need your support. I cannot do it by myself. We already provided the land. We already provided the land for you all. The land is in Palmas. It's close to Block 2. It's there. All we need is your contribution in raising the funds to build the center from foundation to finish. So feel free, viewers. Feel free to contact me at 339-1670 or 238-6716. Make a donation, make a pledge. If you want to plant a seed, it's not a problem. Go right ahead and plant a seed. Because it is the benefit of us, the citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. So, as we move on tonight, feel free to call in 238-6716. Let me hear what you have to say. So we're moving on to domestic violence tonight. Minister of State in the office of the Prime Minister, Ayanna Webster Roy, said domestic violence remain a pressuring issue in Trinidad and Tobago. The minister laid the Domestic Violence Amendment Bill 2020 in the Senate this morning. She said between 2010 and June 2020, there has been over 2,000 breaches in domestic violence protection order.
Data coming out of the Crime and Problem Analysis Branch of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service revealed that for the period 2010 to June 12, 2020, reports on breach of protection order across the 9 divisions of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service totaled 2,664.
So it's a breach in protection order. Now, I want to ask the men in Trinidad and Tobago, do we so love the woman that we breaking a protection order? We breaching a protection order? We so in love? We going to jail for love? I want to ask earlier that. Minister Webster Roy said, as of April 2020, there have been over 100 reports of domestic violence in the country.
And as of April 2020, the Central Registry of Domestic Violence has recorded 134 reports of domestic violence.
So viewers, let me hear from you. What are some of the things that cause domestic violence? And if our wife said, leave the building, and there's a protection order, leave it. Now, there's many things that would cause domestic violence. Don't get me wrong. And not for the female and not for the male. We are here tonight to discuss options and preventions. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Saeed?
Yes, you're live on Real Talk.
Yeah, my neighbors and myself want to find out if you have permission from the Commissioner of Police to do what you're doing there.
What she said? I need permission from the Commissioner of Police to do what I do it? I wonder if some of them doesn't know what it's saying when they're calling. So, how do you feel about domestic violence? And how do you think domestic violence should be treated in Trinidad and Tobago? What are some of the causes in domestic violence? And what are some of the preventions in domestic violence? Over the weekend, a guy breached a protection order. Over the weekend, a young individual breached a protection order to beat his wife. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Yeah, hold on. I was sending messages.
Now, that was Minister Webster Roy. So listen to this now. Opposition Senator Khatija Amin said in some instances the police are forced to stop their investigation into domestic violence matters. According to her, this is because the victim refused to go further with the case. This is one issue she raised as she contributed to the Domestic Violence Amendment Bill 2020 in the Parliament.
Police or the authorities often get stopped in their tracks when there is a domestic violence report because the victims either refuse to give evidence going forward, they change their mind, they may be intimidated, and they may wish to stop the procedure.
We have a caller line. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, really.
We want some serious callers tonight. Males and females. Let us know how to prevent domestic violence. Let us know. Let us know what caused it. From the both sides, the male and the female. Because this is something that has been happening in Trinidad and Tobago, up the Caribbean, and around the world. It's a worldwide thing. But how do we fix it? How do we prevent it? What causes domestic violence? Alcohol, fighting for house and land, husband and wife, outside man, outside woman, fighting for something that's supposed to be done in the house. You tell us. Caller, good night.
Hello.
Yes?
Good night. To start with, it have no excuse to be hitting an ex-person. That is one. And secondly, if a protection order come out and was granted, that means it showed some ground of some sort of fear of violence. And while that is being given, nothing is being done to further it by sending these people for proper management of the brain, anger management, and so on. The victim and for the person who is portraying it. Nothing in place, so a paper just can't stand up just so, and nothing is being done to the mind of that person. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, caller. But now, before I move on, the opposition senator also said victims have little or no confidence in the police service.
Many victims of domestic violence
So what?
desist from pursuing the matter because
Now that the protection
they
order
feel
is
that the
issued, now that it is issued, the male goes around the female as well as the female will go around the male. So technically both of them are breaching the protection order. And if something happens, who gets locked up? Who gets in the locked up? The male alone, or the female gets in a warning, or the male take out a protection order against the female, and the female gets in locked up while the male outside? Tell us. Caller, good night.
Hello?
Yes?
All right, good night.
Good night.
I have been involved in a situation where a woman brought the knife against me, and I have... Hello, good night, guys.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Right, guys. I've been involved in a situation where a woman brought the knife against me, and I actually disarmed her, and nothing else came out of it after. But how we can compare this to now?
So the woman pulled a knife for you?
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay. Now, when you went in the police station, what did the
No, I
officers
did
do?
not. I did not. I did not. I'm a big fella, and I just did not that because you have to understand why. And I was not wrong either. It's just that the woman decided to act.
Thank you, caller. So we have independent Senator Paul Richards said between 2000 and 2019, over 1/3 of the murder in Trinidad and Tobago was a result of domestic violence in Trinidad and Tobago. This, he lamented, is how serious the issue of domestic violence is in Trinidad. Richard told the House that he has been a survivor of domestic violence. Now we're talking about a man here. We're talking about a man, eh? Richard told the House that he was and has been a victim of domestic violence and went on to tell the story of his mother, who was also a survivor of domestic violence. So viewers, we have here now independent Senator Paul Richards, who is telling the House he is a survivor of domestic violence.
Domestic violence
See, a man just don't run down on
is
a woman.
responsible.
Sometimes it have the woman who will provoke the man, and it will cause a bacchanal. It's both sides. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, first I would like to comment on the caller who called and talk about if you get permission from the commissioner. Mr. Ali, the courthouse, the magistrate court, the high court, the police, the social workers, and the probation officers, they all want people in this institution that you have intent to build here and send people there for assistance in this domestic violence issue. Social workers will come and talk to you, and while people stay in there, go and talk to this one and that one in an effort to counsel. So what kind of nonsense this person talking about if you get permission from the commissioner, right? Right. There was a case in Marabella, right, years ago, under Justice Lennox Dial Singh. And this gentleman has killed his wife and tried to kill himself and survived it, right? The judge said, the woman went to court and said, I will haunt him, but I will not leave him. Both of them living in the same house, right? The judge said, I am powerless today, that I am unable to do anything about that. In the sense that long time you could have sued the owner man or whoever the perpetrator is, or who cheat, right? For whatever they have, sue them and all these things. That law doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
Right? So we cannot do anything about that. The judge said that, Justice Lennox Dial Singh, in his judgment, where the judge and give the gentleman 6 years in jail, right? There are other circumstances where unemployment, frustration,
Yes.
right? Alcohol, where you have the Alcoholic Anonymous Association.
Yes.
And there are different avenues. But in order to go into these different avenues to solve the situation, first you have to have an institution that where you going to do. So when the patients start to come there, you're going to find social workers who the government may assign to your institution or will send out.
Yes.
And if the husband have an alcohol problem, they will advise him, listen, if you want your family to be there and you want to have money for trees and things, you must go for the counseling up there to assist your family and your children hungry and all that, to talk to them and counsel them.
Yes, yes.
Right? So there are so many avenues that the institution that you build is needed.
Yes.
And every one of the legal entity will want assistance from that department.
Correct.
That you are doing. From the president come right down, will send people by you for assistance, Mr. Ali.
Thank you, my friend. You see, this is not just an ordinary center I am building. This is not a side the road thing. This is professionally done. It's not a side the road thing where you're calling. No, it's not that. It's merely talking about it, side, you know. This is the man who pushed for the 6 legislations and got 6 legislations and 2 bills signed by the president, you know. This is the man that is going to build the center with your help. It's not a fly-by-night thing, you know. It's not a side-the-road kind of thing, you know. That's why I keep on telling you, I need your help. Because there is nothing like this in Trinidad, neither of the Caribbean, where you're housing a rape victim. And sometimes I feel like I just have to say A for apple, B for bat, C for cat. I have to break it down in smaller terms. It's a center that will be housing people. That is why I'm asking for your contribution. It will take $10 million to do this. The land is there. I have already donated the land. I have already donated the land. I keep saying it, the land is there. All we need is to raise $10 million to build the structure from foundation to finish. And hopefully before the week done, I will show you all a 3D design of how the back of the building would look. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead.
Saieed, I used to watch your program. I wanted to tell you something. It's like you so and other talk to when other get on the thing, other like them waste some people. And call them what. I remember I called and tell you one time. He said, don't blame the counselor. You started TV and all kinds of things. What is the job of the counselor to carry by the MC and to do this and to do that? What happened to the and you have common sense? My common sense tell me you have to carry to the local government body. Right? So you go back and watch that. You like to waste some people. Want to know, in your view, your opinion is to waste them now. Yeah, so I got the program.
Thank you, caller. Now, everybody have their own views. But is everybody doing something about it? Is everybody doing something about it? We have all type of different departments in Trinidad and Tobago. And for you, caller, who living in Trinidad, supposed to know better. You're supposed to know better. That is why, when all you call me, I don't hesitate to hit the hammer on the nail head. I will hit it one time. One time I will hit it. Campaigning starts. Campaigning starts. What did your councillor do for your area? What did your MP do for your area? You want to call and talk down something I bill in. Today, tomorrow, your wife get raped. Where she going? She go in the hospital and sit down in her bed for 2 nights or 3 nights? I need bread and butter? And it's like when all you so call. You can't call to downgrade me. Because what I want to build, it have none of that in Trinidad. None. I just like when them call. You see, I will tell you something. You know what Bill Real Talk to become the #1 current affairs program? You see, when you hear all tell me, Saieed, you can't do that, I will tell you, watch me do it. You know why? Because God said, it's not by might, and it's not by power, but it's by my spirit, said the Lord. So when you tell me, I cannot do that, watch me do it. Some bill I was pushing for, and a man said, Saieed, you can't get it, you can't get it. A week after, I play a clip where the AG say legislation pass. He says, Saieed, you can't do that. You can't get that. You're not in the big league. I don't have to be in the big league to get something done. I am connected to something bigger than the big league. So when you call me, Shane laughing. They're laughing inside. When you call me and tell me, Saieed, oh God, you're wasting time and you're this. Hey, I will go down on my knees for hours. So, listen to this. A 59-year-old man was granted bail today when before a magistrate on 2 charges. The charges are choking with intent to render incapability of resisting and choking with intent to render unconsciousness. So the caller who just called, if this man had choked your daughter, what you was going to do? Call now and say something. Call now. You had daughter? You have son-in-laws? What you going to do? Huh? That is why in Trinidad, you know what I talk about Trinidad? Because I live in Trinidad. That's why they have this saying, when you hear you going up, they just pull you down. They don't want you to climb up. So later on, while you're pushing them up and they reach up, that same person will help you in return. No, they don't want that. If I down, we go pull he down one time, so all are we down. You hungry, he hungry, them hungry, everybody starving. And all want to call me and try and insult me on my show? Hey, think before you call in. When you tell yourself again under my skin, you get under my, I might get under your skin. Before the night done, you might be itching on a bed and you can't sleep. Call good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Yes, Saeed.
Yeah, you're live. Go right ahead. Make your comment.
Yeah, okay. I listened to your show there, and you're asking for support for the belly
Rape Crisis Center, yes?
Hello?
Yes, you're live. Go right ahead.
Yeah. But what if someone can help with the labor field, like electrical, plumbing?
Not a problem. We would welcome all that.
Okay, well okay, what I'm trying to explain to you is to tell them that who could really come in that area, that they could help you, electrical, plumbing, and all them things. You take them the number and let them give you the number to help, to assist, because there are people willing to help.
I understand.
But they don't have the money, no boy.
I understand. You see, that is why now, caller.
Yeah.
That is why now it might have a man come inside. We go give it the labor. It's not a problem. But at the end of the day, you still have to have cash in your pocket because you need to buy the material for this man to work.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, caller?
No, but it's going to be a free thing, you know. The fella coming to call and he say he wants to donate his skill.
Yeah, there's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because you see, as we goes along, everything will fall into place.
Yeah. So
everything.
That was to explain it to them that, okay, you want to come and help? No, when you have to pay, you're donating your skill towards the revival center. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, okay, well, take care.
You see, who do not understand what this structure is about, who do not understand what this fundraising is about, who do not understand what the Rape Crisis Center is about, will always put you down. They will always do that. You want to know why I just hit MPs and councillors so hard? You want to know why? Now listen to this. They offer themselves to better your community. And when they reach into power, when you, the citizen, elect them, they just do this. They don't know you. If I lie, you tell me. If I lie, you tell me. So listen to this now. It is alleged that on Friday, 19 June 2020, around 5:30 p.m., the alleged victim, a woman, was at her home with the accused when they got into an argument. So we would ask now, what caused the argument? Who tripped who? Who nagged who? It is alleged that the accused became annoyed and he began to choke her, assaulting her, resulting in her loss of consciousness for a brief moment. He again held onto her neck and continued choking her. On Saturday, 20th of June, 2020, the alleged victim made a report to the Gender-Based Violence Unit, Northern Division. The alleged victim was medically examined and a medical certificate obtained on her behalf. The accused was arrested on Saturday, 20th June 2020. He appeared at the Arima Magistrate Court, but the matter was postponed to July 20th, 2020. The accused was placed on $47,000 bail with surety to cover both charges and an alternative of $65,000 cash bail. He was also instructed to stay 50 feet away from the alleged victim and not engage in any threatening behavior towards the alleged victim. Caller, good night. Hello? So viewers, what caused it? What caused the rage? What caused the rage? If my wife says I leave the house and I see she flying up, I will leave the house, spend the night somewhere else. I will do that. I'm not coming to we might have a little argument. You know? I say something, you say something, words might flare, cursing go past. But I will leave the house, spend the night elsewhere. Give them a 2-3 days break, and when they calm down, you good? Everything all right? That is me. Now, not everybody go do that. Not everybody. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali?
Yes, you're live on Real Talk.
Yes, I would like you to do me a favor, please. In a little spot of bother, reference where the birth certificate is concerned. You're carrying a birth paper with some documents, and they are telling you the computerized birth paper, which is the blue one, is not valid. They need a new one. Could you enlighten the population which is the real one, please?
Okay. It have one. This look like the $50 bill. Right? And a couple months, I think it's 6 or 7 months after they introduced this $50 bill looking type of birth certificate, they brought out another one, which is a blue one. But the $50 one, the $50 looking type paper, it is still valid. So they cannot tell you it is not valid. It is valid. You could do any transaction without that brown plastic looking one.
Mr. Ali, what I'm saying to you is, they definitely tell you the blue one is not.
The brown plastic one not valid. But there is the blue one. That is the latest birth paper they have issued.
No, the blue one, which is the computerized.
Yes, that's the paper one.
That one is what
they say not valid.
Yeah, they're saying that is not valid.
No, well, that is still valid. Because people getting that still. The new one is the plastic one. The $50 looking type one, the brown one, that is the new one. So whoever telling you that, my friend, something wrong with that.
Yeah, well, that is why I said to you.
No, it is valid. They cannot tell you not valid. Because I just use the blue paper still to conduct business. And they just use it. So it is valid. Thank you, caller. So nobody can tell you that's not valid. It is valid. So viewers, is sexual assault taking place? Listen this. 2 men have been arrested and charged by the Child Protection Unit for sexual assaulting minors. Is every single week 2 and 3 individuals are being held for sexual offense. Haven't you all noticed that for the last month or so? For the last month or so, I have been here Monday to Friday, and it's sometimes 2 times for the week, 3 times for the week. New cases are rising. And then the caller, one of them caller, I want to call and say you're talking nonsense. You're putting down people. Come and do what I'm doing. Come and do what I doing. Spend your money from your pocket and come and do what I doing. The first is a 49-year-old man from Moruga. He was charged with 1 count of sexual penetration of a minor and is expected to appear before a Princeton magistrate court on Monday. The incident allegedly occurred while the 17-year-old victim was asleep. She was awakened to find the suspect sexually abusing her. She ran and later made a report. The CPU made inquiries and arrested and charged the suspect on June 21st. Meanwhile, in Tobago, the Division Task Force executed a search warrant at a home of a 32-year-old man in Tobago. There, they found a 16-year-old female victim who had been reported missing since May. And we're in June. 2 weeks again for July. And she was reported missing since May. So listen to this. CPU officers were informed and conducted inquiries. The accused was subsequently arrested and charged with 1 count of sexual penetration of a minor after, listen, after it was learned that he allegedly had sexual relationship with the victim. So you see what's going on here now? You're missing since May month. You hop your ride, you go along by John Doe, you reported missing, the family members may be looking for you because you reported missing. Unknown to the public now, you're done by John Doe now since May and you're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying yourself. Let's see how things turning out now. So in a matter like this now, we don't know who right from who wrong. All we know is that the man gets charged for having sex with a female under the age of 16. Not knowing, this is going vice versa here now, you know. Not knowing, Dudu darling, jumping she taxi, tuk-tuks. Drop my cane down by John Doe. Taxi driver get the work. He drop you down cane down by John Doe and he gone from there. Mommy and daddy, you missing? Brothers looking for you, police looking for you. Nobody know nothing. Boom shot. Things sweet. You hug up in the nice good. Now the dude get charged now for having sex with an underage minor. So how that going and roll out now in the court? How that rolling out on the police side? All I feel is joking. This is a serious thing that's happening in Trinidad. Caller, good night.
Hello?
Yes, go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Ali, you have been doing a very good and excellent work in this country at Trinidad and Tobago. And the work you're doing is so good. I recommend you tonight to be the Prime Minister advisor. If the Prime Minister give you a work advising, would you take it? Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for the comments. But let me tell you something. They wouldn't take me as advisor. You know why? You know why? Plenty of them go get locked up. Take what I'm telling you. Plenty of them go get locked up. Because the road them going down, I ain't going down. The road them going down, I ain't going down. That is why you just have people calling, I want to criticize Saieed. Because the road them going, I ain't going. When it have bandits, they go have police, they go have law. You see, when a bandit commits and act, it's 2 things he just think about. It's either I get catch or I get away scotch-free. That's the 2 things he just think about. He don't think about how much money he gonna make, you know. He going on the robbery. Whether he make or I make, it doesn't matter. 2 things that just think about. If I get catch, what will happen? I will get bail and I will come out. Yeah, all I feel is joke. Call good night.
Good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead there.
Happy belated Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
I would like to say, What it is this government doing with this ID card I'm hearing about?
Good question. Thank you, dear. One state-owned Caribbean airline has lost around $96 million between March 23rd and April 30th due to coronavirus restrictions. I wonder if they're going to ask the government for bailout. I'm just saying something. I wonder if they're going. This was revealed by Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, Allison, went in the Senate today. She said, CAL was financially impacted even before the closure of TNT borders as the demand for air travel has dropped. She said, this has been worsened by the company's need to be ready for the restart of its operation.
Caribbean Airlines estimated operating loss for the period March 23rd to April 30th, 2020 is US $14.2 million or TT $96.1 million. I thank you, Madam President.
So I wonder if Carl now will be going to the Minister of Finance for a bailout. Because since they have lost $96 million, that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Once this country's border remain closed, there is little danger of a second wave of COVID-19. This is according to PAHU and WHO representative Dr. Erica Wheeler. She made this statement in response to a question from the media at today's media briefing.
As long as we keep our borders closed, there is little danger of someone coming into the country and bringing in COVID-19. But of course, I think behind your question, one would understand that once the borders are open, there is always that risk, especially since we have just said that in the region of the Americas, we are seeing an acceleration of COVID-19.
So viewers, now, this is very serious. This is very serious. Florida recently opened up their borders and they had to shut it down back. They recently opened a beach and they had to shut it down back. Because why? Thousands of people were infected with COVID-19. With COVID-19. So let's just say the borders remain closed for, let's draw 30 or 90 days. Nobody leaving, nobody coming. What do you think would happen to the airline after they have already lost $96 million? Caller, good night.
Good night, Hyde.
Go right ahead.
Hyde, I want to ask a question. When police set you up,
I'm listening.
Yeah, when police set you up, what you have to do? When they set you up with a kind of red gold bullet, they come to search the house and they get nothing. And when they finish, they bring the bullet, they ask the man downstairs who living upstairs. So he said, the mother and the son and the daughter-in-law. And they hold the bullet and they bring it from upstairs and they put it behind the microwave.
A bird?
After they done search the house,
A bird?
A gun bullet, that kind of
Oh, gun bullets?
Yeah. After they done search downstairs and upstairs, they went back downstairs and they bring the bullet and put it upstairs behind the microwave. And say, bullet, come, and then take it out from behind the microwave.
The bullet cooking? No, but Auntie, on a seriousness, this is, your family member get caught up with this?
I was in it too. This is it. The old lady went to ask me how many years I have. I tell them I have 69 years. And when I started quarrel and say, all they bring the bullet and put it here, they say, lady, you quarrel, they put me outside to sit down. And they think, every time I get up and I quarrel, they shove it, tell me, go back and sit down.
Auntie, call me tomorrow.
Bullet, gun bullet, first time I ever see that in my life.
Call me tomorrow, 339-1670, and we will talk. Call me tomorrow. Thank you so much. Ooh, that's a serious thing, you know. That's ammunition, you know. That is a serious charge. So Tanti, contact me tomorrow and we go see, we go deal with it. We go see what's going to happen from there. Residents of Barapo would be asked to help monitor the Heritage Petroleum facilities. This comes after it was discovered that the gas line in the area were being cut. The discovery was made last Friday. Energy Minister Franklin Khan had made a revelation in the Senate earlier. He said the company has taken additional steps to beef up security.
Heritage plans to increase mobile patrol in areas with the assistance of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force. Very importantly, asks the community for assistance in helping to monitor the assets of Heritage, where possible to implement a CCTV camera system, and more importantly, to establish a hotline so that these incidents can be reported.
So I have a simple question. I have a simple thing to say. Why not Heritage Petroleum employ? Why not Heritage Petroleum employ the villagers to monitor the pipelines or the oil lines or the gas lines? Why not pay them a salary? Because Heritage Petroleum has got oil and gas. Or they have money, or they could hire a private security firm. Why not hire the employees and create job in the community so they could watchman the pipe? Have a daylight crew, have a night crew. And I'm sure, once they know they're getting paid to do that job, they will do to the best of their ability. Take what I'm telling earlier. Call her good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Aye.
Yes, go right ahead, my dear.
I'm calling from Barbados. I love your show. I sit down every night on my couch to listen to you. I love your show. You're doing a wonderful job and keep it up.
Thank you, Tanti.
Calling from Barbados. Love you.
She calling from Barbados. Barbados in the house. Good night to you, Tans. Thanks for locking on. So viewers, I'm going to tell you, you see, this is one of the reasons why I don't ask people to fund Real Talk for me to keep it on the air. Because you might have a sponsor on the UNC and a sponsor on the PNM, or you might have a sponsor for PPE and you have one for NJAC or ANR or whoever, and as you hear started talking on a topic, Saeed, well, you know, with this run an ad with you, you know, you can't talk about this and you can't. People suffering for road, people suffering for water, people suffering for better health care, people complaining about grocery price too high, people complaining that when you go in the hospital, you have to sit down for days to get a bed, you're sitting down on a chair, you're trembling like a leaf, fever hitting you. And I must stay quiet. I must stay quiet. They had the protest in the savannah, Black Lives Matter. A man got killed in the US. When they find out and they check his background, it's, oh Lord, I didn't realize that man have all that case. They're jumping and prancing and bacchanal with police and thing. You know a 2-year-old baby was killed over the weekend and nobody had jumped up in the savannah? In Trinidad, the baby was killed. In Trinidad, and nobody are jumping up in the savannah protesting. But they jump up for a man who in the US, who they never see, who they may know. And then here callers go on to call in, Saeed, you're bad talking, you're this, you're that. We living in Trinidad. And if somebody don't stand up and try to fix it, it will continue going down the line. We didn't have child sex offender registry. We didn't have it running. We didn't have it. Man could have rape. Leave here, go to Tobago rape. Go Jamaica rape. Go Canada rape. Go Grenada. Go up the Caribbean and rape. And nobody knows who it is. But thank God, we push for it. We get it passed. I thank the AG. I thank the president for signing off on the bill. And you know what? Perpetrators now, the picture could be viewed worldwide. Worldwide. When you take your visa now, and you go to Canada, and you punch it in, ting, 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 by the officer right there in the counter, oh, you're an offender. Well, they're going to mark you, red flag you, and they're going to monitor you in their country. Or let's say, tell me if there is no performance. Performance is not running on a bandit. And Monday, you hold him Friday, Monday you get bail. But that is just how it is in Trinidad. The police doing their work, there's only so much they could do. And I want to commend the hard-working officers in Trinidad and Tobago. Because there are officers who will stand for the right thing. And there are officers, when he had this thing happen down here, he watching the bird whistling quite across so. And a man bawling out for his life down here, and the bird singing sweet up there. Nearby talking about the facts. That's why some would like me and some would not. But the people that don't like me, don't come wrong me, you know. This kettle of fish is a happy runner in this boat, you know. So viewers, like I said, our center will be it will be the first center like that in Trinidad. I already provided the land for you all. I already provided the land. So feel free to contact me. Make a contribution. You could win something. You could win something. It is for a cause. It is not a gamble. As a Muslim, I wouldn't have people gambling on my show. I not have that. So the auntie who call and ask if I get permission from the Commissioner of Police, me applying for no gun. Me applying for a gun to build a rape crisis center. So I don't know if you need permission from the hospital to build your house. Caller, good night.
Mr. Ali, good night.
Go right ahead.
Who really is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago?
I'm trying to figure out that still.
Until Roger or Dr. Keith?
I'm trying to figure out that.
Because Roger promised 4,500 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is strange, 4,500 jobs. He went to Venezuela with the Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm.
And he and the Prime Minister is the best of friends. So what stupid...
Caller, when you're calling, it is have little children watching. And we just educate them. You see, when you hear you call and you talk like that, it is show that you lack common sense to know while you're calling a TV station or you're calling a TV show, you know? I mean, your daughter could have been sitting on right there, watching the show, and you take her phone and go in the next room. Mommy and that daddy voice? Oh gosh, control all yourself. Control all yourself. So viewers, hopefully we have a rerun tomorrow. I believe it's around 11 o'clock tomorrow. I will confirm that tomorrow from the GM. Our reruns and morning starts back. But I want a lot to contribute. I want a lot to contribute. Hopefully before the week is finished, I will have a 3D design of how the back of the building would look. We are still working on the structure. I will have a 3D layout of how the back of the building would look with the lawn grass and the flowers and the pool. I tell her it's a rehabilitation center, and I know individuals from outside Trinidad and Tobago will be coming down here. They will be coming down here. Police will be sending people, lawyers, doctors, Let me tell you something. You see all them high-profile individuals? Call Saieed, and I'll go down there. But I need your help. I need your help. We're building this for Trinidad. It is for Trinidad we're building it. Just imagine, the very first rape crisis center in Trinidad and Tobago, when a victim could actually go in and be reintegrated back into society after you had your, you know, like when you have a light bulb and it shatters in your hand? After that. So thus far, people have been contributing. Thus far, it is for us. It is for, you all heard on my show, a guy called and he was raped. He and his sister were raped when they were 6 years old. Tanti, a 60-year-old woman called. So I need all the contribution. The business sector. All have wives, all have daughters, all have mothers, all have grandmothers. Contribute. Contribute. The businesswoman in society. I calling out earlier, contribute. Contribute because this will benefit you all. You never know when an incident could happen and you might be the victim. You never know. So this is why I am making a plea to you, the citizen. Call me 339-1670, 238-6716. Those of you who live in Guyana, Grenada, Barbados, the US, Canada, England, Germany, you want to contribute? It's not a problem. It's not a problem. You can contribute to us. Like I said, this is not a political thing. It is not. I'm not making it political. If a minister wants to contribute, not a problem. It's not a problem. So and so contributed towards the center. I will call your name, it's not a problem. I will tell you thank you on live television because you contribute to our cause. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, hopefully we should have a rerun tomorrow at 11 a.m. and we'll be back with you on another episode of Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Be safe until we meet again. Good night.